Before we start today's video, check out our affiliate links in the description down below. These can make some great gifts with the holiday season just around the corner, or even a gift for yourself. It supports the channel at no extra cost of you. Thanks so much. May the force be with you, and enjoy the video.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we have more of a clarified confirmation as of to when the next Star Wars TV show, Skeleton Crew, will be taking place within the ever-expanding and even at that getting more and more complicated MANDOVERSE, or that post-Return of the Jedi era. We of course are going to go ahead and we're going to hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel almost daily. There is a lot of Star Wars news and stuff going around. It can be a lot to keep track of. It's exactly why we are here. Not just to keep you guys updated with everything, but also break it down for you guys and get a better understanding. As always, I really appreciate all of the support. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from ScreenRant.com as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. Star Wars' next TV show timeline has been clarified, and even at that maybe seems to have been more confirmed ahead of Skeleton Crew. When do Ahsoka and the Mandalorian take place into relation of Skeleton Crew and the ever-expanding Mandoverse, as I had mentioned. The Star Wars timeline has just been subtly clarified ahead of Star Wars Skeleton Crew, helping viewers, fans understand how the Mandalorian era really does fit together in the greater, grander scheme of things. The Star Wars timeline has always been a little bit confusing, especially in this new Disney era with the Mandoverse, largely because of the franchise has a bit of a habit of, even at that, hopping around the timeline with impunity, and having flashbacks doesn't help as well, but they are cool. TV shows set in the Mandalorian era seem to have a rough sense of progression to them as well, but even that has failed with The Mandalorian Season 3 in the face of the contradictory comments from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. I remember that whole fiasco. There's a bit of a confusion with Jon Favreau saying that, you know, Grogu was apparently training with Luke Skywalker for roughly 2 years. A lot of people took that as Star Wars canon, but that was just like real world events. Like, it was a release between The Mandalorian Season 2 and when the Book of Boba Fett made its way out as well. So there's a bit of a confusion with that, but that's something I think since then has hopefully been cleared up and everybody is on the same page of that. He was not talking about 2 years of Grogu training with Luke Skywalker, and was much rather into relation of 2 years between The Mandalorian Season 2 and the Book of Boba Fett. Grogu and Luke Skywalker were only training together for like 6 months in the actual Star Wars canon, even at that. So the latest issue of Empire magazine has recently taken to include a feature on the upcoming Star Wars TV show Skeleton Crew. It's been a very heavy source of giving us a lot of confirmations and clarifying a lot of things, which is also set in that same era as the Mandoverse. That was a bit of a no-brainer kind of thing that we've already known about Skeleton Crew, of how it takes place in the same era of the Mandoverse, the New Republic era, the post-Return of the Jedi era, whatever you want to call it. Importantly, it notes that Skeleton Crew is set concurrently with the Mandalorian and Ahsoka, so we would take it that it's actually taking place somewhere along the same time as those shows. It seems that this is as precise as Disney aims to get with placing the show in the timeline, at least before it's released, likely to prevent any kind of confusion that we had maybe saw with The Mandalorian Season 3, The Mandalorian Season 2, and The Book of Boba Fett. But how does this timeline actually work out? As I had mentioned, my basic understanding is that while saying Skeleton Crew is set concurrently with The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, for one, it raises the question of maybe exactly what season of The Mandalorian. I would have to maybe assume the latest season, Season 3, and, well, Ahsoka only having its first season out now. That's something that does line up, and it does add up. It's something that makes sense, because what we had heard before is that apparently Ahsoka and that The Mandalorian Season 3 actually take place relatively on top of each other. They're pretty much taking place at the same time. You know, Give it a few weeks, maybe even a month here and there in the Star Wars canon timeline. But what does this mean for Skeleton Crew? The Mandalorian Season 1 kicked off 5 years after the event of Return of the Jedi, or the original trilogy, 4 years after the Empire's fall on the Battle of Jakku. The core problem, though, is that there has evidently been some passage of time since then. A lot's happened, after all. But precisely how much time? Matters had only come to the head with a debate over how long Grogu trained with Luke Skywalker, as I had mentioned a little bit earlier on. Jon Favreau had seemed to suggest that Baby Yoda, or Grogu, had been with Luke for a couple of years, 2 years to be more precise, while Filoni believed it was only a couple of mere months. A whole slew of contradictory statements led to massive confusion within the fan base. As I had mentioned, I kind of already cleared it up right there for you guys, and it was something that Jon Favreau, even remembering back after the matter, like a week or two after the matter, of saying that Luke and Grogu had been training with together for 2 years, had said like a week later, like, no, I was talking about Star Wars like outside of the canon, like in real world. That was between The Mandalorian Season 2 and the Book of Boba Fett. Like, that was when they released. It's roughly 2 years apart. Empire Magazine's comments suggest about Skeleton Crew, it needs to read it more in context. It seems that Lucasfilm is backing down of any sense of maybe precision, presumably intending to update the timeline of Star Wars TV shows when the current overarching narrative is maybe complete. There's a sense in which that makes sense. It also prevents any more confusion, I think, at the same time, and that it's one of those things that we maybe be able to kind of just take more lightly and maybe not obsess with as much per se. And that really you should maybe just take the Mandoverse or the post-Return of the, Jedi era as kind of just when these shows, when these different seasons to the Disney Plus streamer are maybe releasing, that's like their chronological order to begin with. So when you're really trying to narrow it down to months and years of that precision and of that specification, maybe go out and touch grass. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, it seems for the time being that maybe Ahsoka and The Mandalorian Season 3 are all taking place together with Skeleton Crew, overlapping, maybe with the exception of a couple of weeks or maybe even a couple of months here and there for each show. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an unofficial Star Wars. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Different theories as well. I'm all ears. Let's discuss. I love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Also, leave a like on the video as it really does help out the channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure you also check out our merch shop. Use our codes ahsoka in all caps to get some cash off of your orders. I also have some Amazon affiliate links in the description down below, so if you're looking to buy something from Amazon, whether it's a gift or something for yourself, check out our available links in the description down below. It helps out the channel at no additional cost of yourself and really means a lot. I'll continue to keep those links updated so they're always changing, so make sure you check them out for what new products we may have available. With whatever way you decide to support the channel, whether it's simply watching today's video or even purchasing a product, it means the absolute world to me. So thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.